Okay, what we're going to look at here is a concept called events and listeners, and there's an events and listeners explanation page in the documentation section of Jamroom. If you want to have a read through that, I suggest going over there because it'll give you a breakdown of what they are. But loosely, they are points in a module where one module can say, okay, I'm ready for my data's almost finished, I'm about to output it. Does any other modules want to make any alterations to this data now? And that allows the other modules to input extra data or do something when at certain points in the code. So you can go and have a read of what that stuff is over there. Okay, what we're going to have a look at here is events and listers. So I'm going to create two modules. New directory ap food, new directory ap bar. Okay, grab an index file or create a new one, whichever's easier. Grab that structure there. Include is our bar. Back to the top. And we're called AP bar in this one. Ooh, don't need all of that stuff at the top. But we do need this define app directory or exit. Keeps it from being run directly. AP replace them all. The URL we want to control is bar, version is 1.0.0, developer is Michael, description is a test demo module. Users. This category here corresponds to the admin control panel. These sections here, so the ones you can use is communication, core, listing, media, profile, site. Site is probably a good one for us right now. So category site, priority, don't need a priority, activate true. That activate true means when it's installed, does it automatically become active if it's installed in the system when the system is installed. Does that make sense? If you're installing the system and this module is in the system when the system is installed, automatically activate it. True. It doesn't matter either way for our module because our system's already installed. Init, and init is can start out with init with just a blank init. There we go. So our module name meta, our module name init. Get rid of our find and replace, and that should be it. So that's what you need to get the module started. We'll copy that into foo as well. Add them to git. What have we got in there? Don't need that one. Delete that. There we go. So we've got a module in foo and a module in bar. And include file in bar and include file in foo. But foo's one's going to be just the same, so we want to replace that with the name of the module. Replace. Replace. And this one can be foo. So that's that should be make sure they're both uploaded to the site. and let's see if we can enable them. Site. Hit refresh on there, see if they turn up. What did we put it under? Site, didn't we? It's the foo module. Wouldn't bar show up? It's interesting. Foo. Foo. Clear the cache, see if that makes a difference. System config set to 0, save. Check our tools, run our integrity check. Reset caches. Reset all the caches. Tools. Integrity check. That's from our Hello World module earlier on. Ignore that. Or check out the Hello World module to see how it was done. And hopefully that gets our bar module to show up. Go away, Hello World. There it is there. Okay, bar, foo. We've got both of those modules there. They don't have an icon file, so they haven't got an icon. If we wanted to add an icon, the thing to do there would be to get an icon. Copy that and paste it in there and then alter it and upload it. But it's not so important for us now. The thing that is important is bar controls this URL, BAR, and foo controls FOO. So what that means is the module's URL is bar. Nothing there. If we want to take control of that module, what we do is add a new directory, templates, new file, tpl, add it to get. And there we go. So index.tpl will take control of a default file for the bar module. But what we want to look at right now is the events and listeners. So in order to do that, we need to add a view to the system. And to add views to the system, you need an index.php file. So we'll grab the structure from somewhere else. Copy. Bar we're looking at. Oh. Paste. That'll do. Okay, so that gets our structure. Except we're not JR action and we don't want mention profiles. We are AP bar and we want to take control of event. It doesn't have to be, that might be a bit confusing. We'll call this one something different. Elephant. Empty that all out and remove any other functions that may be left over from that copy and paste. There we go. So we've now created a view called elephant. Ditch that comment because it's not relevant for our module. Okay, so in the bar module we now have a view, which a view for the AP bar module, and the view is takes control of the /elephant URL. And this is the page. Real simple there. And if we come here, our index has got control of that, so we want to go to, here's the view we made. So we've got the view outputting there. But just returning this, this is an elephant, is a bit sparse. So instead of doing that, let's parse a template. Plenty of examples in the rest of the code. Index control f.tpl. Oh, doesn't look like that one passes anything. Bind in some file called .php. So in any file .php, find something .tpbl. No, it's not a good example. Register, expand those. That's what I want. Pass template. Okay, so back to our bar module index. Instead of just outputting this is a template, let's create an array for the replace, and we'll call that some template in the AP bar module. Add some values in there. Now, hold on, phone's ringing. Just stop there. Okay, sorry about that. So animal equals so we can differentiate it from the last one. There we go. Okay, so we've got to create the sum template file. Templates, new file, sum template.tpl. Yep. The IML is a split that. There we go. Close that one. Clear up this, get a bit more space. Actually, keep that open so you can see what we're doing. So we're in the index, close the others. Right, so what we've got here is our template on the right. The animal is a animal, and the replace value is on the left. So the AP bar is the templates directory it's going to look in, and it comes up here and gets this sum template because that's what we've called it. And if we go and have a look at the elephants page again, refresh that. The animal is a grey elephant. Right, okay. So if we change that to a black elephant in our code, obviously the output changes. The element is a blue elephant. Drill the point home. Okay, so this animal is being replaced by this replacement value here, and we can add something else, and size equals large. Okay, and the animal is a there we go. The animal is a size. It'll output this one. Animal. There we, so refresh on there. The animal is a large blue elephant. Understand that? Pretty simple, hey? Okay, so now we're going to look at events and listeners, which is the cool part. This is what the module has defined for itself, but there might be some other module that wants to alter this details before it heads out to the template passing. And if the module wants to do that, it defines an event just to allow other modules to tap into that event and alter the details. So we're going to find an event here. The way I like to do it is Control Shift F, register an event, action init. Okay, so we're going to need one of those. Copy that into our init file. Includes bring that one back over there. We understand that now. Event trigger is the AP bar show page before the replace values go to the template. Okay, so we've registered an event now with the system, so you can, when the developer module is on, installed in your system, you can see all of the different events that take place there. I think I've got one of those on somewhere. Control Z, set up with the Jamroom skin. Change it to a different skin so it looks the same. Skins elastic. Set as active save. Update module. So I'm just going to check if the module developers the tools, developer tools. Run in developer mode. Save. Okay, when that's running in developer mode, you'll see other things on the info tab that aren't normally there if they've got any. Core is a good one. System core. Okay, we get this extra section here. The system core has all of these events, all events, description, fired once any other, trigger is filed, and these are the other modules that are currently listening for it. JR trace all events is listening for the allowed HTML tags, exists but no other modules are listening for it. Daily maintenance, charts listens for daily maintenance, FoxyCart listens for daily maintenance, delete item, these modules all listen for delete item, search items, and you can just see what other modules are listening, what events exist and what modules listen for them. Okay, so but for now, back to our registering an event. So our module AP bar will show up with that if the developer's module is installed. The name for it is Control Q, module event description. So the module is AP bar, the event is show animal page, and the description is fired before the replace values go to the template. Okay, so now we want to find the code for actually firing the event. We've still got a search down here. Expand that. Event, that's listeners. Register event. Trigger. We want to find one that's like fire event. Get flag. Perhaps it's continue. Expand. There we go. Core trigger event. That's the syntax we want to fire an event. It can go away now. And back into our index.php file. We're going to fire an event here. Let other modules change our plain values. And so we're going to pass them replace and get replaced back, and Control Q. The documentation for can you see that? Hopefully you can. Documentation for this JR Core trigger event module. Hit Control Q in PHP Storm and you get all the documentation for it. So it's much easier than going and searching online for it. The values it wants is module, event, data, and that's it's preset. So that one we got it from was passing in post. We don't need to do that. We just want to pass it, replace, and get replaced back. And our module name is AP bar, and our action, what do we register it as? Show animal page. There we go. We're firing that off. So what we're doing is we're firing this event here, throwing the replace values in, and then getting the replace values back. And in the background, any module that wants to can either add values to that, or change those values, or put its own values in there if it wants to, for interconnected interoperability. So if we go back and have a look here at this page here, F5, refresh, 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 we're still getting exactly the same thing. So replace has gone away, it's come back, and then it's being passed out to the template just like it was. As far as our modules happen, nothing's changed. It doesn't need to know if replace changed or not. It just needs to continue doing whatever it was doing before. So we're going to use foo now, and we're going to pick up on that show animal page. We're going to listen for this event, and when that event fires, we're going to do something else. Foo. And we want to add a listener in here. First thing we've got to do is we want to register that we have a listener. So the way I normally do it, search for something that says listener, grab the first piece of code that I can find out where it's put, action init the register into your init file as well. We had nothing in there to start with, and we want to register for Control Q on that one, module, event, and the function to fire. So the module we want to listen for is AEP bar. The event was, what was the name of that event? Show animal page. We want to run AEP foo show animal page listener. That's it's not for, you don't have to use this name, but it's a very good to get into the convention of using your module's name, the thing you're listening for, and then listener, because it makes things easier later on when you're trying to figure out which things are listening for what. Stops you doubling up on functions for the same listening. Okay, and we want to find out all of the variables that go in here for a listener function. It's the same thing again, site-wide search. Find me someone else that's where a listener's actually been defined. I'm looking for something. There we go. I'm looking for some function something listener, and I'm going to take the end off that. That's what we've got. So those are the things that come in with the listener. Okay, and with the listener, you always want to return data. So data, user, conf, args, and event come in, and what you want to do is return data. You can see that with every other listener that happens, return data. This one here, the last thing it does, down to the bottom of the function, is always return data. So if you listen for something, return the data. Okay, close those other ones. Okay, so if all we do is return the data, let's check what happens there, and nothing changed. Good. One thing I just want to make sure before we keep going is that our modules were actually active. JR5C bar looks like it is. Site bar module is active, and foo module is active too. Good. Okay, you can go away. Now what we can do there is, you don't really know what's here in this data, so what I like to do is put a breakpoint here. It's a PHP Storm thing, and stop and wait for the breakpoint, come back into here, hit refresh, and if everything goes well, this won't stop spinning. It'll just spin and spin and spin and spin and spin, because it's paused in the code. And we're up to, what's actually happened is we are at we've run all the way to this, we've got to the breakpoint, and we've stopped. So we can see that this is where we are in the routing function. Module is there's our that previous one. So we've run all the way down to here, come into here, we're running this core trigger event function right now. We go into that and it's doing its stuff as well, and we've stopped at this breakpoint under our AP show animal page listener. So we're here right now, and what we can do with this debugger is you could just print it to the screen if you wanted to, but we can come down here and see what we've got available in it. And inside our data we've got those things that we define. Animal size is large. Add that to our watches to make it a bit clearer. There we go. Data. In our data coming in from this this show animal page listener, we've got animal, blue elephant, size is large, and then we're returning that back again. Okay, so play. So what we could do is go data animal equals tiger and replace it. We're just replacing the animal with a tiger. And if we come back here, turn our debugger off, that's important, and it's changed to tiger. And the reason it's changed to tiger is because the foo module overwrote it. You might want to put a few more checks in place to make sure that you're not changing the wrong things. So we'll just put that breakpoint on, turn it back on again, refresh this. There we go. What else have we got there? Data. Module is AP bar, that's the one we want. Animal. So if the animal is exactly equal to elephant, then replace it with tiger. And if we come back and have a look here, turn that debugger off, let it run out. It's a blue elephant, which doesn't exactly match that, so it doesn't get replaced. If we go back to the include, the bar include, and we change the bar index, change blue elephant to just elephant. It came out as tiger, and the reason it came out as tiger is because the foos listener kicked in. Let's put a breakpoint there. Refresh this page. Turn our debugger on. Cancel. There. If animal equals tiger, elephant, change it to tiger. Okay, hopefully that explains events and listeners. If you want to have a bit more complex understanding of what you can do with an event and a listener, then you can go and have a look at how some of the other ones function. Really easy to find. Text defined underscore listener, and you can see the register listeners and also the definition of listeners, and see what other functions are using them. Form display listener, create RSS actions, listening for the RSS feed create. See what other functions are done and how they're defined. Image daily maintenance listener. It looks like it clears the cache when the daily maintenance is run. The image module cleans up its image cache as well. So there you go, events and listeners. You can do a lot with them.